But you'll see the ways in which I try to increase awareness of different parts as they show up in her life, and how even though they represent symptoms or problems for which the client is seeking help, they are there because the intention of the behavior they engage in was protection. And that's how I can help to facilitate some internal empathy, self-forgiveness, self-compassion, which my theory says is really what healing is about. It's not about resolving events. It's about our relationship to ourselves. So let's see what this very, very interesting and really wonderful client has to share with us. So thank you for doing this. And let's start, because it always helps to sort of focus a consultation on the question, or in this case, questions that you're bringing, so that I make sure that I answer them. And I gather you and your therapist have been talking about what are the.
Sorry, you have to speak up for me a little bit.
Sorry. All right. Let's start with the questions that you brought today.
Okay.
Okay.
So one. I feel like at this point, like if you imagine a sifter, all the big pieces are separated out, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm sober. I've stopped drinking and smoking and using drugs, and those pieces are out, and the big trauma pieces, then I could look at those, and those have been sifted out. Now what's left is the smaller pieces, but are more pervasive. Mm-hmm. So things like things that are making it difficult for me to be in relationship with people, like this question that mm-hmm. I want to work with. How can we work with? I have a really hard time acknowledging good feelings. Like if I like something or something feels good, like I can experience it, but I have a really hard time vocalizing it.
Right. So you can quietly inside yourself.
I can clock it.
Say, okay, that feels good.
Mm-hmm.
But the prohibition is against saying it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And pretty intense. Like I can dissociate around trying to verbalize that. Mm-hmm. So I'll start to twitch and go away, and my vision gets tunneled.
So your body actually says, no way.
Yeah.
No way, Jose.
Yeah.
You are not going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to notice with you that she's saying the problem I'm coming here today with is an inability to express positive emotions. Very, very common trauma response. And this really speaks to how important it is as therapists that we be more interested in the legacy of trauma than in the events that created that legacy. And that's the perspective from which I come. And what I reassure her about is that the fear of positive feelings is very, very common. And I invite her to think about whether it was safe to have positive feelings when she was a kid. And she agrees that it wasn't, because typically positive feelings in the child, successes, happiness, spontaneity, playfulness, seem to trigger abusive parents to rage, punishment, and sometimes destruction of whatever it is the child feels positively toward.